Hello. Good evening, conscious creators. It's me, it's Jean. It is Thursday night. It's the Conscious Creators Toolbox work session. Glad to be here. Hope you guys are. Hope everything is going well. How's the lockdown and the quarantine going for everybody? Hope everybody. Hi, J Moss. Hi, she's watching. Hi, girl. How you doing? So I'm waiting for folk to come on in here. We're going to see what's going on. It's Thursday night, May 7th. Mother's Day is coming up. This is Mother's Day weekend coming up. Hope mommies are getting ready for that event, that day, that holiday. I'm a mommy, so I'm looking forward to it. So I hope my girls are going to tune in and listen and realize that, mommy's going to be expecting to hear from them at the least this weekend. So let's get ready for Conscious Creators Toolbox. We're going to wait just a few more minutes, see who's coming in here. I see somebody else coming in. Hello, good evening, everybody. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? I guess it's good to see everybody. Good to see everybody here tonight. Yay, 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 yay. Yeah, I have a few announcements. I'm going to make a few announcements before we get started. But tonight we're going to talk about tolerance, and I call it the first cousin to love. But we're going to kind of talk a little bit about it. What we're going to do over the next 4 weeks is we're going to talk about tolerance. Tonight we're just going to kind of define it. We're going to talk about defining it as one of our creative powers, and I'm going to hopefully demonstrate to you why it should be considered one of your abilities and one of your creative powers that you can use and to utilize. Because tolerance is a pretty powerful or high vibration. It's a very high vibration emotion or behavior. So we want all those things that's going to be positive and putting us on that track of being a better me and creating a better world and creating a better reality for ourselves and for those people that we're connected with. So we want to vibrate. We want to vibrate high as we possibly can. And tolerance is one of those things. It takes some effort. It's an ability and it's a power. But like any ability and power, you have to tune them up. You have to horn kind of sharpen them a little bit. So that's what we're going to be talking about over the next 4 weeks. Tonight we're going to define it. We're going to just kind of talk about the definition of it and how it looks and what people say about it. We're going to talk about some of our famous some quotes from some of our famous well-knowns. We're going to talk a little bit about what they say and think about tolerance as well. And then next week, we're going to kind of dig a little bit deeper into it. We're going to look at how it looks for me to be tolerant or for me to act with acceptance and what it does for the relationship that you are connecting with or you're relating to. We're going to talk a little bit about the behavior of it and the feeling you get, because it's all about energy, y'all. It's all about energy. Everything that we do, everything about us, everything that matters is it's actually energy. So we're gonna be talking about it in a sense of it accomplishing something. It's making something happen and making something better. That's my name of my game is to make it better. I don't try to come up in here and make anything worse or get you down in the dumps and have you slowing your vibration down. I talk fast, so I want you to listen fast. So you got to be fast. So it's all about improving and being better, being a better you, and and consequently making a better life and a better world. That's the name of our game. That's what we're supposed to be. That's what we came here for. Came here for that. So I see some more folk are coming in. Hi, Sandra. Good to see you, girl. Thanks for joining me. Thanks everybody for joining in for Conscious Creators Toolbox on Thursday night. Again, I would be normally facilitating at the Interfaith Truth Center in Austell, Georgia, USA. I would be facilitating there, but we're kind of still on lockdown, still on abbreviated schedule. So hi, somebody else came in. I love you too. Love you back. Come on in. Kick back. We're talking about tolerance tonight, but I'm going to make some announcements before we get started. But anyway, I was talking about ITC, Interfaith Truth Center. They are open on abbreviated schedule. They're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 1 to 5. And I understand this past Tuesday was their first day open after being down, with COVID-19, 18, whatever, with COVID, the virus. And I understand they had a pretty good day, a nice profitable day. It was an opportunity for people to get in there and buy some crystals. I got mine. Get some sage, get some, those sage sticks, and kind of, and you need them because we've been through it, haven't we, y'all? We've been through it, so we got to do some cleansing. Get some, I love I love just the aroma of it. I don't know about the cleansing part. I just like the way it smells. But yeah, so they had a really great day on Tuesday, and I'm expecting they had another good day. The thing about ITC, and I don't know if I'm talking to folk from all over the place probably, but if you're in the metro Atlanta area, ITC is a crystal shop, and it's a center. It's an interface truth center. We have a lot of activities and a lot of training and classes going on over there. Great family of people there, ready to serve you and ready to share what they, their hearts and what they understand and know about awareness and, just metaphysics. It's a metaphysical shop, so take it for that. But it's an opportunity to kind of go in there. You go in and you just have a great warm feeling of belonging, like somebody just, rolled out the carpet for you and they were waiting for you. And it's always, that's how it always feels because the very first time I went in there, a few years back, I felt that, and I never go in there without feeling that, acceptance and that warmth. So stop in to see if you're all stressed out, kind of crazy. Go in there and sit down, and you'll just be, hi Chad, hi girl, up in Boston. How things in Bar Harbor? Good to see you. Anyway, yeah. So stop in to see if you're in Metro, and actually I think that ITC. ITC is probably the only metaphysical crystal shop in the west side of town. You have to go into Southwest Atlanta to probably do any shopping. You can get some things up in North Marietta, but on our side, on the west side, south side of the city. ITC is a place to pick up things, and they're like I said before, they're very receptive of you. If you're looking for anything in particular and it's not in the store, it's a nice stock. It's a small store, but it's very well stocked. If you're looking for something particular, they're paying me to do this, y'all. I'm telling you. No, I'm kidding. They're not. But I love the store, and I love the family there. But if you're looking for something and it's not there, they will take an order and they'll search for it for you and bring it, have it available for you if at all possible. So stop in and see them, Mary, Rebecca, all the gang. Just say hello. Tell them I'll be back. I haven't been by yet, but I'm coming. So that's ITC. I got that announcement out. I would like to say that as far as what we're going to be doing, I know that we're supposed to be doing our YouTube channel, and we are. I just had to, I'm on a learning curve with this media stuff, okay? So the team has decided that it would be best to continue to broadcast from the Facebook Live every Thursday night and upload the videos, record at the same time, and upload the videos to YouTube. See, I didn't know that. I thought I was going to go, be on TV on both sides, But yeah, so we're gonna start doing that. And in fact, this recording, if it all goes well with the recording, we will upload it by 5:00 on Friday. So we record Thursday night. We'll have it uploaded on Thursday. I don't have the link for you yet, and because they're still working on some things, they want to get the subscribe key and button going on, so that they'll be in and have an opportunity to take donations. So they're getting all of that set up. Again, as soon as they have that information, I will post it on the website, on the group page, so you'll have that, and I should be able to have that for you maybe later on tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll have that link to do it. Please subscribe, and please visit, check out the videos and check out the recordings. I did ask them to go in and check my any of my speeches or any of my presentations or messages that I have delivered in the past, to pull some of those out and use them as content. So there'll be something on there other than me. I may pull some information out from my certification. I'm doing a certification, advanced certification for my coaching profession. So I have access to tons and tons of, just information about motivating and counseling and talking and coaching folks. So, and that's just a ton of stuff. So I'll probably be able to share some of that with you on YouTube as well. I'm going to invite you to donate, make donation. No donation is small, $1, I don't care. But we are, we want to support. I want to be in support of ITC because that's, who that's my charity of choice. So I want to make sure that we have a donation for them, and also to do some things that we can make sure that the YouTube channel is quality, it's good, it's bringing information that is good and profitable for you and beneficial to you. So that's that. We are continuing, and that's kind of I'm still excited about the virtual classroom, which is going to be off of our website, our website, jeanaaron.com. That's been a process. I've been able to talk to people from around the country about the process. It's a little bit different if you've taken courses at school, college, or wherever. Elementary school now. I mean, grade schools. I mean, they're doing online classes. With the COVID quarantine. So it's going to be quite a bit different from that. It's going to be more like a big open chat room with anywhere from 25 to, it could be a couple of hundred or even 1,000 folk could log in if they wanted to. But we want to probably keep it small, keep it manageable so that we can do a little bit more interactivity with the participants or the people that come to attend the sessions. So we probably keep it from somewhere between 25 to 50 people probably top is what we'll do. But it's really exciting because it will give you an opportunity to interact. I'm sitting here talking to myself, looking at myself in this camera, but I'll be able to actually see some of you, and it's because of using the Zoom and all the other WhatsApp, all those apps. We'll be able to talk and converse back and forth, which is exciting. I prefer having people, to talk to, especially with the content and the information that I share. It's usually it's interactive. It's interactive information, and I give you my take, and then I hear your take, and then we blend it together. And sometimes we say, I like yours better than so we get an opportunity to interact. So I like the interaction a whole lot better than an empty living room or dining room. And I still say I'm going to borrow some baby dolls and stuffed animals and sit around so I won't feel so lonely. But anyway, so that's what we're doing on the website. That's what we're doing with the YouTube channel. Look for the link later on this evening or first thing in the morning. The video, this particular video will be there. We will not save the video here. I don't think it's going to be. We'll keep it here until we upload it. After we upload the video on YouTube and it looks like it's going to be okay, we'll take this one down. So we want to push you to the YouTube channel to have more traffic and activity there. So that's what we're going to be doing with our content going forward. I think that's it. That's it on the announcements. I would like to invite you, if you're in the metropolitan area or anywhere really for that matter, if you would like for me to express an announcement for you, feel free to drop me inbox me, whatever, message me if you need, and just give me the details of what you want me to announce and your contact information. So if I need to call and clarify anything, I can do that. I would love to share happenings. Hope that you all are keeping up with the news. I know that around the country, everybody I talk to from all over the place, they're expressing that things are beginning to open up a little bit. So be aware of that. So you know whether you can go back to Starbucks. I've been waiting. I'm missing my sit down time at Starbucks. Okay, so I'm waiting for them to say, come on in, have a cup of coffee. They haven't done that yet. But keep up with what's going on. You're just, my doctor, I need to have my eyes checked, and I can't do that yet. So just, check and see when you can start, falling back into a kind of a routine, kind of a normality. It's going to be different. I keep telling y'all it's going to be a whole new norm. So don't get Don't get stuck on anything at this point. Don't get stuck on what you've been doing yesterday and last week and what you did before this thing started, because it's going to be a whole different ball game, y'all. Whole different ball game. Anyway, so tonight, talking about tolerance, and we're going to talk definition. We're going to talk about definitions of tolerance, and I guess simply put, I would say, if I just without looking at a definition or a dictionary, I would say that tolerance is the ability, the know-how, the manners, I guess, the patience, the acceptance of someone else's beliefs, expression of someone else's beliefs, allowing that other person to express their belief, their opinion, without me interfering with my judgment or my personal experience and my personal belief. Just be totally open to them. I'm not saying dumping mine, but putting it aside, opening my ears and my heart and listening and allowing them to express their belief, their opinion, and do and say and be okay with it. Even if it doesn't look comfortable, or it doesn't look proper, or that's not how we do it in Atlanta, we put all that aside and we just be open and listen and allow them to express. And you know what my grandma said about tolerance? She said, when you tolerate a person, what you're doing, when you can be tolerant of another individual, what you're doing is you're teaching that person how to be tolerant to you, and how to respect you, and how to accept you, and how to allow you to do exactly what you're allowing them to do, or what you're allowing them to do. So simply put, it's allowing the other person the opportunity to express their beliefs without your peppering it, seasoning it with your own personal or something that somebody else did. You just let them do that. Allow them to do that. It's hard to do sometimes because we do a mixed job when we're talking. I'm gonna get off my script a little bit because something just kind of occurred to me as I'm talking. But the reason that I think it's difficult or a challenge, I won't say it's impossible because we do it, but it's a challenge because we normally, when we're listening to a person, and be honest, I'm going to be honest with you because I'm going to tell you because this is how I do it. And I want y'all to think about it, and I want you to think about how you do it. When I'm listening to a person, I'm a little bit different, a little bit more, I'm getting better because I'm, going through this coaching. I'm a coach now, so of course I have to listen a little bit better than I used to listen before. But we listen, 9 times out of 10, we listen to answer. Think about it. I'm listening to you so I can prepare a response to what you're saying. When you tolerate somebody, you shut off the response that you got to make because it doesn't even matter. You don't even have to respond, basically, unless they invite you to respond. But when you're listening, when you're tolerating someone, you're just listening. You're just allowing them to speak, allowing them to express. You're not judging it. You're not thinking of, or comparing what they're saying to what you believe and how you're not even paying any attention to, how I tell you to watch how you feel when feelings is important. It is important, but you're not even worried about where the feelings are coming from. You're just openly listening. You're just listening. And it's difficult because we don't always listen to hear. We listen to respond. We listen to digest or dissect or take or analyze or whatever, But in tolerance, the challenge for tolerance is to listen. Listen. Just listen. That's all you're doing. You're not, you can close your eyes and listen. You don't have to see. You can just listen. You just got your ears open, your 2 ears open and your one mouth shut. And you're listening and your heart open. And that can be a challenge for us because we don't always listen that way. We don't listen that way. in the 60s, I think, what did they say? They said, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to go there with you, but anyway. So the ability or willingness to tolerate something or to allow the other to act or speak or be in a way that they would that they choose, that they choose to do or to speak and to act without judging. Okay, without judging. And I'm trying to think what I said here. Act, speak, no, that direct. And whether it's in direct contradiction of what you believe or what you thought yesterday, that's totally irrelevant, because we're not even thinking about what we're thinking about yesterday. We're just listening to them. Okay? So how do you tolerate another individual when it comes to somebody walking up to you and getting ready to express a belief, and you're getting ready to listen to their conversation or listen to their statements. You listen to their opinions. Just ask them. I'm not, you can't answer me anyway. I can't hear you. But just think about how you receive that. How you receive it. Do you receive it just open, or do you receive it getting ready to respond, waiting for a response? One of the things I would suggest when you're thinking about tolerating, and you're receiving information from the other individual, don't even anticipate responding unless that person asks you for your opinion. That's one of the things that helps me at the coaching is I just listen. And sometimes my clients will interject a question, ask me, like and I have to I have to kind of regroup myself, because I'm listening to hear and understand, what's happening, what's going on with them, what the whole, those hidden little meanings with those little phrases they'll use, and those in the way they raise their voice or lower their voice when they say this or that. I'm listening that way. So I don't always, I'm caught off guard sometimes when they shoot back at me and say, well, Jean, what do you think? Are you, and I kind of laugh, because I say, like, how much you're going to charge me to answer that question, but if I answer it, but no, listen. When you're tolerating, you're just accepting, you're receiving, and nothing else. You're just receiving. And again, if the person asks you for your opinion after everything is said and done, then guess what? You've allowed them the opportunity to express their beliefs and their opinions, and you should not expect anything less from them. And 9 times out of 10, if you, like my grandma say, if you demonstrate tolerance like it should be tolerance, then what you're doing is you're demonstrating to the other person how to receive you. So as a definition, I think we kind of got it in a nutshell. It's an opportunity it's an ability and a power that allows the other person to express without judging and comparing, because we do that. All right. A couple of things that in the definition that kind of stood out for me, and one was, and this is I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about, kind of leaning toward the fact that, how my making it or kind of delivering it to you as a power, as the creative power or creative ability. Well, first of all, I said it was an ability, and it said it was a willingness, which means that it's a choice. You make a choice. You willingly choose to allow that person to speak. So you're making a deliberate, intended choice to listen and to hear, and then you've done that. So do it. Don't stop in the middle of the stream and say, "Oops, my bad. I'm choosing not to listen right now." No, you open the door, and you opened your heart, and you opened your ears, and you're gonna listen. Okay. So it's an ability. And it's also a choice, which makes it, the fact that it is an ability, it's an ability, something that you learn to do, or if you already know it, you hone it, you improve it, you sharpen it. Any of your abilities and your powers that you have, you can sharpen them. Okay. Now, choices is a yes or a no. I choose to, or I choose not to. you know. But when you have an ability, any type of ability, if it's an ability, if it's a power, then you can make it better. You could ignore it and it can make it worse, or you can make it, just non-effective. But if it's an ability, then you can improve it. So I like the fact that the definition said it was an ability, because it gives us ownership of what to do with it, what we're going to do with it for ourselves and for our use, and to use in our connections and our relationships and in our manifestations and our creations the lives that we're creating. So that. And the third thing is it doesn't require, and I like this, it doesn't require your when you're tolerating someone else, it doesn't require you to be judgmental, or to come up with a response, or to come up with a comparison, unless the person asks you, or you may want to say, I really hear that, I heard that, and I really appreciate that perspective, and you may want to offer yours. You may. I don't particularly like to do that. I like to just kind of marinate and kind of taste theirs, because every one of us, absolutely, no doubt, no hands down, we all have our own individual perspectives, all of us. And me personally, I want to hear. I know what mine is. I know sometimes what my kids are, because I kind of raised them, and I taught them a few things or two, and they taught me a few things or two. So I know some, but when I meet someone for the first time, I don't know what their perspectives are. I don't know, who they are. I want to know who they are. So I want to give them an opportunity to tell me who they are. And I probably do more asking and inquisiting and inquiring than they do, because I'm kind of sneaky that way. But I'm curious about the many perspectives of people that I know in my circle, and every last one of them, every individual is different, have a different perspective. We can have 5 people and 1 glass of water, and absolutely each one of those persons will describe or have something unique and different to say about that 1 glass of water that everybody's sitting there looking at. So that's, to me, it's a gift. It's really a blessing to have that available to you, to have the opportunity to hear and to experience through their expression a different perspective. Because we kind of hum along with ours all the time, day in and day out. But until we encounter another individual, another person, then that's it. That's why it's important to be tolerant, so that you can experience more than just your own perspective, or your little cluster of friends. You want to widen that. There's a ton of folk in the world. There's tons and tons and tons of people in the world. So we have an opportunity to really to get a very diverse understanding or knowing about all the people that we know. You ask again. If you ask 5 people the same question, you're gonna get 5 different answers. And then some of them might give you 2 or 3 answers, so you get some more perspectives. So be open, be tolerant enough to be inquisitive, curious, open, aware. Conscious people are open. Let me say that again. Conscious people are open. They are not closed-minded. They do not come here with all the answers and you're going to hear it. We come here, we open, and we start looking and we start digging. When a kid, think about your babies. If you're moms and dads and parents, think about your kids. When they open their little eyes and they start experiencing the world, they are crawling all over the place. They're getting in the cabinets. They're getting under. They are curious and they're searching, and we should always be that way. We may not climb in the cupboards and things like that, but we should be curious enough about the world that we live in and all the millions and millions and billions and billions, trillions and trillions of people, that we should be open enough to want to experience and hear what they have to say. Just hear what they have to say. Because I think that had universe, source, God, creator, wanted us all to be rocking along the same boat and the same, he wouldn't have really needed to send but one or two of us down here to take care of stuff, right? So he's got all of us down here, Kriya's got us all down here doing this and doing that, and now we're all over the world, and, we don't have our own little globe that we live in. We live in this, we're on this big ball together, and we've all got our own little missions and our own little destinies and our own little life purposes, and we're taking our own little journeys with each other, as we co-create with each other. We're doing it. We're collectively doing different, diverse things. So that's where tolerance and energies like love and gratefulness and thankfulness and acceptance. That's where it comes in handy, because it helps us to gather some of that information through our curiosities and through our relationships and through our connections and on our many, many various journeys of the life that we're taking. Okay, let's see. Creative powers and abilities. Another thing, something else I wanted to kind of say tonight about tolerance and creativity is that, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that going forward, but I do want to mention this tonight. Because it is a power and because it is an ability, it has it has the possibility, the potential to be restrictive. If you're looking at it from a creator's perspective, God perspective, source perspective, universal perspective, there is no limit to the degree or the level of our tolerance. But if we jumped up in this earth suit, and then we got these restrictions automatically because we immediately jump in the suit and then we start putting on masks all over. So then we start restricting that unlimited resource of tolerance, along with all some other powers and abilities. We start limiting them. But there is there is to Creator and to God, love is love, tolerance is tolerance, and there's no levels. But we start degreeing them. We start leveling them out. So what I want you to do over the next 4 weeks, if you're going to be joining me, and even if you're not joining me, think about how on a scale of 1 to eternity, where do your tolerance level stand? Where is it? Just kind of think about it. Because something that I do in coaching is I try to help people identify those limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts and limiting attitudes, those behaviors that keep you from being all that you can be. If eternity, if the sky is the limit for the level of tolerance that we can demonstrate and we can facilitate with one another, then let's look and see, where are we? Where am I? What do I need to do to raise that degree? Because for every limiting belief or limit that you can remove off of something as powerful as tolerance and love and some of the other abilities, the more you're just going to be vibrating off the chain. You're just going to be, your frequency is going to be, you can't help but do some awesome stuff with your demonstrations and your facilitation of tolerance. So we got over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about what keeps me from being more tolerant or taking the lid off tolerance. What is my cap? What has been my cap of tolerance? I think I've shared with you in the past how my parents and my grandparents kind of used teachable moments with us in absolutely everything. I mean, we didn't, whether we went to school or not, we were in class. We were in class all the time. We were learning something all the time, and they were demonstrating and helping us go through a process of understanding through through just life skills, teaching us about life. And I remember the thing that my grandmother said about tolerance is, whenever she would catch us, disagreeing, there were four of us growing up, my sisters, two sisters and a brother. There were four of us. And whenever she would catch us, bickering, having a little spat or whatever, she used that as a teachable moment. So she would, I think I was very young when I learned to say tolerant. I couldn't spell it probably, but I said, that was a long word. What does that mean? So she showed us what it meant. And she would say to us, because first of all, love was a religion in our family. You don't have to like you. You don't have to like the person. You don't have to, hang out with them and, go palsy-walsy with them. But you were commanded to love that person. And no questions about it. You demonstrated love regardless. So when we couldn't demonstrate love, something was going on, we were acting all crazy or whatever, like kids do, she introduced us to the word of tolerance. She said, okay, you can't love each other today? Let's see how long you can tolerate each other. So what she would do is she would sit us down, most of the time on the floor facing each other, sit like an Indian style, cross legs, and just kind of looking at each other. And we had to come up with a reason that we appreciated that person or we loved that person or whatever. So she really taught us in that process how to listen to the other. Because what would happen is we have to come up with 2 or 3 reasons, right? And of course, I'm sitting looking at my brother, and my brother's looking at me, and I got 1. You got 1? Yeah, that's 2. Okay, so we got to get 2 more. So we were negotiating, helping each other come up with the other 2 so we can get up out of that timeout spot. So that's where we would learn how to, we weren't trying to judge it. If it was something, did you say that last time? If you didn't say it last time, that was a good one. We're going to use that one. That was a way of, she taught us how to, really negotiate with one another and listening to one another and hearing one another. And she probably sat back in the kitchen or wherever she was, probably laughing at us because we were being so silly. I think we used that one last time. No, I didn't use that one. I think you did. No, we didn't use that one before. So we were going back and forth, and she was probably cracking up in the kitchen, laughing at us, being tolerant of one another and trying to hear each other out, to come up with reasons so we can get out of timeout or whatever. But that method, that way of helping us understand that relating tolerance to love for us. She helped us understand that sometimes you don't. Sometimes you really get angry and you get so upset with the person that you don't even want to hear them. You don't want to hear them. I don't want to see them. I don't want, just get out of my face. Leave me alone. I'm going to go to my room. You go to your room. Just leave me alone. And that's okay. That's okay. So let's drop it down a notch. Just, cool your jets, and let's sit down, and let's just tolerate one another. You don't have to kiss and make up. Just, just listen. Listen. Keep your mouth shut and listen to that person, and that person listen. And that's how I kind of developed my understanding of tolerance. I'm still working on developing the ability and the skill of tolerance. But that kind of gave me the foundation of understanding what it really meant. I want to share with you some of the, I'm going to see how much time I've got. I've got 30 minutes. I'll share with you some of the quotes that I kind of was kind of moved by, or kind of, that I want to share. I just want to share with you. There was tons and tons, but these kind of stood out for me, and I want to share them with you as well. The first one is, love is tolerance, and tolerance is love. I call it a close relative of one. You can't have one without the other, basically. And like my grandmother demonstrated, okay, so you can kind of not want to be bothered with, the lovey-dovey part, or, I don't want to, sit down and have dinner with you and nothing like that. But, I can listen to you. I can hear you. I can give you that respect to hear you out. I don't, we're not going to kiss and make up, but we're going to, I'm going to listen to you. So that was kind of on the road to love, in my opinion, on your road to love. Hi, Virginia. How you doing down there, girl? The boys aren't here, so it's quiet. My neighbor downstairs. So it's kind of on the road to love. So love and tolerance are very, very closely related. You can't have one without the other. and they complement each other. They support one another. They're kind of like one holds the other up when the other one's kind of leaning to the side. So tolerance and love are synonymous sometimes, but I call them related. Another thing is tolerance, and another quote was this one, and I don't know who said this. I'm going to see if I can remember. Tolerance and celebration of individual differences is the fire that fuels love. Let me do that one again. Tolerance and celebration of individual differences. Remember, I said that everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a different perspective, and an expression of that perspective is even different. I mean, I could have a similar perspective as you, but I might express it in a different way, or I have a different belief about what I'm expressing on it. I have a different passion about it, or a different energy about it. So the tolerance and the celebration of individual differences, celebrating the differences, again, being curious, being open, being receptive of what the other person's opinions are and their beliefs are. They're not trying to convert you. They're not trying to, hopefully that's, I wouldn't come that way. I come to share. I share, and I'm not here. I want you to wake up. I do pray for awakened people. I do pray for conscious people, and I meditate really hard to create them. So I do that. I'm trying to convert you. I just want you to wake up. That's all. You're not looking to change anybody's belief when you're tolerating them. You just want to respect their belief. You want to respect it, and it's particularly if it's different than yours. Particularly if it's different than yours, you want to respect it, and you want to and be okay with allowing them to express it. I know I had. Back in a few months ago, I was at a Kroger, and I ran into this guy, and he was very friendly, talking, he was friendly. And as we were talking, he asked me, we were, kind of chatting over the waiting in line to check out, and he was asking me he mentioned that he was a Muslim, and he said to me, "Does that bother you?" And I said, "Why should that bother me?" I said, "Of course not. Why did it bother me?" I'm really just fascinated that you would share that with me. I said, wow. So I wasn't. But it was funny. It was kind of odd to hear him be defensive about it. And I kind of thought, I said, wow, that would be uncomfortable, I think, or sad if you had to feel like, asking, does that bother you that, does it bother you that I'm a woman? I'll never say that. I never say that. Does it bother you that I'm a black woman? Heck no. I never think about that, but it kind of touched my heart a little bit in a sad kind of way that he wondered if that bothered me to hear that. So of course not. Does not bother me to hear. It excites me to hear the differences. Somebody said, you're going to like this person because this person's just like you. I'm like, I might like them, but I'm more curious and I'm more fascinated by people who are different than I am than those who are like me. I'm just odd that way. But I'm more fascinated by people that are different than they are of me, because I got my perspective down pat most of the time. So, I want to hear somebody else. I want to hear about you. What what makes you tick? I know what makes me tick. What makes you tick? It's exciting, because I might want to tick your way sometimes, I want to try that tick. So anyway, but being open and being curious and being receptive of people and putting them at ease, and that puts them, and when you do that, it does put them at ease. Hopefully, if he sees me again, maybe he'll invite me to service or something, I don't know. But he'll know that I'm okay. You don't have to, be guarded when he talks to me. Okay, that was celebrating individual differences. That was my take on that. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment. It implies that you are not committed to what they're saying. You're not committed to their belief. But what it does, it condemns the opposition or persecution of the other person's belief. Okay? Let me see if I can put that in a way. Tolerance implies no lack of, does not lack, let me try again. Maybe I should just read it. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own belief. Rather, it condemns the opposition or persecution of the other person's belief. Make sense? Let me put it in my little words now that I've read it. Tolerance implies, it does not imply that I'm committed to that I don't lack commitment to my belief. I'm not saying that, I'm listening to you and it has nothing to do with my belief. But listening to you and receiving and being tolerant of your expression of your belief, it condemns me being opposed to it. See what I'm saying? And persecuting you for it. Just like this guy was asking me, basically he was wondering, do I have some opposition to who he is? Why should I? No, you are who you are. Thank God. Praise God. Be you, be all of you, be more of you, and, show yourself off. So, I get to know you better. I won't have to ask so many questions because you're demonstrating. But anyway, so that was it. And here's another one. In the practice of tolerance, one's enemy is the best teacher. That was kind of going with what my grandmother in her demonstration. She was demonstrating to us by we sitting down and having to listen to one another and tell each other, give each other our expressions of, the reason that I'm your sister and I'm your brother and this, we're going to be in this together. Telling each other that, it was like we really were no longer enemies by the time we finished listening. We were, we probably forgot what we were fighting for in the first place. But basically it's saying that the practice of tolerance, tolerance of one's enemy, it actually allows the enemy to be your teacher. I think it was Abraham Lincoln that says, I don't like him, so I think I need to get to know him. Okay, and that was that's a pretty deep, profound statement. Of course, we would expect that from Lincoln, wouldn't we? But that's something to think about. I don't like that person. He says, I really don't like that person. And so that's a reason to get to know them. Okay? Let that be a role for you. I ain't feeling you, buddy. I'm not feeling you. So let me sit down and let's have a talk. Let's have a powwow. So that's where that comes from. I think Dalai Lama said that, and my grandmother, by the way. Okay, here's another one. Tolerance is giving to every other human being every right that you claim for yourself. Okay. I can tolerate you with the same rights that I claim for me. I feel like I should have the right to express my beliefs, to live my beliefs, to be my beliefs, to express my opinions, to say and do what demonstrates me. So I should have no less. I should not expect any less from you. I should not, that right is not just reserved for me. It's not just reserved for you. It's reserved for both of us or all of us. We all have that same right. So tolerance is giving everybody, every other person, the same right that you claim for yourself. And that one is a really good one to kind of hold on to. And that to me, that's with anything in your life. If you have the right to clean water, clean drinking water, why should the people over in a country that don't have it, why should they not have that same right? Okay? If we have the right of freedom, then, if I have it, then my neighbor has it. Okay? If I have the right to park on the left side of the street, then hello neighbor. You know what I'm talking about. If I have the right to park on the left side of the street, then my neighbor has that same right, So we're in this. We're in it together, and I know better than you. You know better than me, and that's the attitude of tolerance. You know, we're in this together. You know, what's good for this goose is good for that gander. So that's it. Let me see. I think that was there more? Be careful that you tolerate. Be careful. Be careful what you tolerate. You are teaching people how to treat you. I think I kind of talked a little bit about that earlier. When you tolerate them, that's what my grandmother was showing us too. When you tolerate a person long enough to sit and listen to them, and to accept and to receive them openly without judging or making all kind of crazy faces, you're listening, then you are teaching them how to receive you as well in the same light. I'm going to read this one, and I'm going to read this, and I'm not even going to kind of say this, but I'm going to read it, and I might post it. I might post it later online because I thought it was kind of I like the it's kind of wordy, so I'm going to kind of be quick. If we are to achieve a richer culture, rich in contrasting values, we must recognize the whole gamut of human potentiality. And as so, we weave a less arbitrary social fabric, one in which each diverse human perspective, which is also a gift, will find a fitting place. Nobody should be excluded. With the practice of tolerance, they didn't even mention tolerance in this statement, but basically that's what it is. With the practice of tolerance, nobody will be left out. Nobody. If we practiced it with the lid off, with the unlimited potential that it has. It's like it said, the human potentiality, and we are limitless. We are limitless. We are. So if we practice tolerance and our love and those positive energy, high vibrations, if we practice them, like with respecting and understanding the unlimited potential that they bring and they allow, then nobody should be left out, and we should listen and hear and receive every difference. I mean, and like again, I will say, for me, I get excited because you're different from me. I do. I get bored when you're saying, if you're like me, I'm like, oh, you're bored, because I know me. But I get so excited when I can go downstairs and talk to Virginia with her crazy self, and she's crazier than me. And she's got a hold of, I know, I love you, girl. And I do. I just really enjoy the diversity. I enjoy the variety of people that I associate with, that I know. Because it's just something that it's something different. Something different all the time. That is all I have tonight. Let me make sure that I didn't leave anything out that I wanted to say. So I'm going to ask you, how tolerant are you? How tolerant are you as a conscious creator? As a conscious one, I call you conscious ones, as an awakened being. How tolerant are you? What is your level of tolerance? Is there room for improvement? Is there, do we need to practice what we preach? I do. I need to practice what I preach. Because I do find myself, and I have a bad habit of this sometimes. I mean, I'm really listening, and then I get distracted because I see something on the shelf over there. Like I was talking to the guy, at the grocery store, and he's talking to me, and I'm thinking, did I remember to get coffee? And I'm looking at him. So I had to stop and really, especially when he asked me if that bothered me, I thought, oh, okay. So let me pay attention and see what he's saying. So giving people your full attention when they're expressing themselves and their beliefs, it's no less than what you expect in return. Thank you guys for being with me tonight. Hopefully the video is going to turn out well, and we're going to be able to upload it onto the YouTube channel, and later I'll have the link to that. Go visit the channel. Stop in and get the link from us. What you're going to do, if you go to YouTube, just look for the Conscious Creator and the little blue man that we have on our Facebook wall. Look for that, and I know they probably have different several conscious creators out there, but it's, look for the blue man. Look for the blue man. So if the link is there, we should have, and it may be some content on there now. I'm not sure, but they're slowly putting it on there. Hopefully by 5 o'clock tomorrow night, we'll have this particular video uploaded on it, and whatever else they can find to kind of fill in some blanks. And we will be uploading them every week going forward. I will continue to Facebook Live broadcast on Thursday night here. Hopefully, I'll eventually get back to the to ITC so I can broadcast with an audience, and that way it'll be a little bit more interactive, and we can do that there too. So you can get to meet some of the people that actually come. We usually have anywhere from 4 to about 8 to 10 people that shows up, for a session, which is good because that way everybody can get to interact and talk. So that's a good thing. Thanks for being with me tonight. Thanks for being a part of Conscious Creators group page. Keep coming. Keep watching us. Again, we will be going from a public to a private group eventually. And comment. You guys comment. Let us know. I know you stop in and look. Check us out. But leave a message every now and then, or shoot me an email. I do want to say thank you for the folk. I am looking for. I should have announced that. I was looking for clients to offer a free coaching sessions. I think we're going to do about 8 to 12 sessions, free sessions for 2 people. I'm required for the course to have 1, but I decided I'm going to have 2. I'm just like that. I'm going to do 2. Probably be sorry for that maybe, but we'll see. But I'm going to have 2. I'm going to actually pick up 2 clients, and it's going to be free to them. You don't have to pay. It's going to, it's a little over $500 savings for you. But they have to be pretty serious. I'm going to ask you to answer some serious questions, because I have to. It's part of my grade. It's part of my certificate. So I want you to be committed to make sure that you're committed to the process. It's great. It's going to be an opportunity for you to actually work one-on-one with me and some of the other coaches on the teams, maybe even my mentor, who is really a dynamite guy. So I'm still taking requests or interest. So if you're interested in being, taking one of those spots, shoot me your contact information, info@jeanaaron.com, or message me on the group page. And I'll be making a decision by next Wednesday, because I've got to pass that information on to my mentor. The name of that person, but I'm gonna have 2, so hopefully get. But I do have some already, and it's gonna be kind of competitive, like I said, because I've got to ask some serious questions and I got to get some serious answers, so I'll know who to choose and how to, I want you to go through the whole process. I don't want you to start in 4 weeks out and I got to start all over again, because then that might jeopardize my certificate, and I don't want. Then I might have to go find you. But anyway. Go on if you're interested, please. Don't hesitate to let me know. And I'll make the decision by Wednesday next week. Okay? Thanks for being with me, everybody. I love you. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Thanks for all the great comments. I love you too. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Oh, look. I love everybody. I love you guys. And I receive your love. I receive it. And I play it forward, and I play it back to you. God bless you. And create. Manifest. Do something big and tell me about it. Call me and tell me. Open up some new stores. You get that new car. You're flying off to Hawaii as soon as the COVID scare is over. What's happening? What are you gonna do? Oh, and happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day this weekend. All you mommies, happy Mother's Day. And just have a good time. I don't know. You make it happen. Make it happen. Oh. Do make pictures, make videos of this, because this is something that's going to go down in your history books. You're in lockdown, you're in quarantine, so it's going to be something for you to tell your great grandkids about in the future. So make sure you make lots of videos and pictures so you can have a storybook. God bless you. I love you, and I will see you next week. Take care.